She's not on our tab, my father said, his voice a gravelly whisper over the clink of whiskey glasses in that smoke-filled backroom of the Palmer house. The kind of place where Chicago dealmakers bury their sins. I slammed my palm on the oak table, the sting shooting at my arm like a live wire, and spat back the truth that had festered in me for 20 years. She's your daughter, Dad, the one you let me take the fall for when the feds came knocking. In that moment, with his eyes widening like a cornered rat's, I knew the body I'd stolen wasn't just revenge. It was the key to unraveling the empire he'd built on my broken back. I never believed in second chances until the one that came wrapped in a lab coat and a syringe. My name's Autumn Hale. Or, at least it was before the swap. 32 years old. Fresh out of a decade in Supermax for a white-collar crime I didn't commit, embezzlement from my father's hedge fund. Hale Capital. The feds had me dead to rights. Wire transfers. Falsified ledgers. The works. But it wasn't me clicking those keys in the dead of night. It was her, my half-sister, Eliza. The golden child Dad had squirreled away in some Swiss boarding school, groomed to inherit the throne while I rotted as the family scapegoat. Picture it, 2015. Chicago's loop humming with that relentless American grind, taxis honking, suits power-walking to their next merger. I was 22, fresh from Northwestern's MBA program, interning at Hale Capital because blood's thicker than ink.
Right? Wrong.
Dad, Victor Hale, the silver fox with a Rolodex full of senators and a penthouse overlooking Lake Michigan, pulled me aside one rainy afternoon.
Autumn.
Kiddo, he said, clapping my shoulder like we were in some Frank Capra flick. Family sticks together. There's a glitch in the system. Fix it, and it's ours. The glitch? A $50 million hole from bad trades, the kind that'd tank the firm and send him to Club Fed. He handed me the access codes, his eyes pleading in that way that made you feel like the hero in your own story. I did it. Not because I was stupid, but because I loved the bastard. Rewired the accounts, buried the trail under layers of offshore shells. Thought it'd stay buried. Until the whistleblower, anonymous tip, they said, unraveled it all. Raid at dawn. Cuffs on my wrists while Dad played the shocked patriarch on CNN. My own flesh and blood, he choked out, dabbing his eyes with a monogrammed hanky. The jury ate it up. 10 years.
No parole.
I lost everything. My fiancé bailed with a dog. Mom OD'd on pills 6 months in, whispering my name like a curse.
And Eliza?
She waltzed into the firm the day I was sentenced, all Ivy League polish and shark smiles, taking my corner office like it was always hers. Prison's a great leveler, or so they say. In reality, it's a pressure cooker for the soul. I spent my days in the law library, piecing together the puzzle Dad thought he'd hidden. Letters from Mom I'd never seen, smuggled out by a guard with a gambling debt. Turns out, Eliza wasn't just some fling's kid. She was the product of Dad's arrangement with a junior ex-wife back in the 90s, a dirty little secret to seal a merger. Mom knew, swallowed it like bad medicine. And when the heat came down, Dad pinned it on me because I was the loyal one. Eliza, the hidden heir, got to play innocent. The betrayal burned deeper than the barbed wire fences. By year 8, I wasn't plotting escape. I was plotting erasure. That's when Dr. Harlan Voss entered the picture. Paranoid type, mid-50s, with a receding hairline and eyes like chipped flint. He ran a black market clinic in the shadow of Cook County Jail, ex-CIA shrink-turned neurohack wizard, peddling experimental therapies to the desperate. Word got around the yard. Voss could recalibrate your mind, wipe traumas, implant false memories. But for the right price or the right favor, he dabbled in the forbidden neural transference. Body swaps. Straight out of some Philip K. Dick fever dream. Powered by DARPA castoffs and off-the-books stem cell tech. Not magic, he told me over smuggled commissary coffee. Just rerouting the soul's wiring. 80% success rate. The rest? Vegetable status or worse. I didn't hesitate. My favor? Smuggling his formulas out in my legal briefs when I got paroled early for good behavior. His pitch, swap with Eliza. She was in Chicago for a gala. Ripe for the grab, narcotized at a rooftop party. Voss's team rolls her into a van. Neural bridge engaged.
Boom.
I'm her. She's me, in a sedated shell shipped back to a storage unit. Comatose till I say otherwise. Ethical? Hell no. Controversial? Like debating the death penalty over brunch. But in America's underbelly, where billionaires dodge taxes and cops plant evidence, who cares about consent when it's payback time? The swap hit like a freight train. 1 minute. I'm Autumn Hale. Ex-con with track marks from cheap tattoos and a chip on my shoulder the size of a Sears tower. Next. I'm blinking into silk sheets in Eliza's Gold Coast condo. Her lithe body humming with post-yoga endorphins. Tasting chamomile tea on her tongue. Mirror check, porcelain skin. Honey blonde waves. Those piercing greens that made boardrooms kneel. I flexed her fingers, my fingers now, and felt the power surge. Not just beauty, this was capital P power. Access to Dad's inner circle. Encrypted drives. The whole rotten core. First move, play the part. Eliza's calendar was a minefield, brunch with influencers. Pitch meetings for sustainable VC funds, irony. Right? I nailed the lilt in her voice. The way she air-kissed cheeks like they owed her rent. Dad didn't suspect a thing when I dropped by the office that afternoon. Eliza. Darling. He boomed from his leather throne. Cigar smoke curling like a noose. How's the Peterson deal shaping up? I leaned in. All doe-eyed daughter. And murmured. Smooth as ever.
Daddy.
But I need the old files from the Hale inception. His brow furrowed. Just a twitch. But I saw the crack. Why dig up ghosts, he asked, pouring me a scotch neat, her drink. Not mine. Because ghosts pay dividends, I replied, swirling the glass. That's when I hit him with the hook. Casual as a weather report. We were in the Palmer House lounge. Power brokers murmuring about tariffs and tariffs. When a waitress, rough around the edges, Eastern European accent, set down our tabs. Dad glanced at hers, then mine, and quipped, "She's not on our tab. Oblivious bastard." I locked eyes with him, the weight of 2 decades crashing down, and said it low, "She's your daughter too, Dad. The one you let rot in my skin while Eliza here got the crown." His face drained to ash. The secret he'd buried under NDAs and payoffs?
Out. Raw.
In the heart of his kingdom. He recovered fast, always did. "Autumn," he hissed, glancing at the exits like a spooked horse. "What the hell is this?" I smiled Eliza's smile. All teeth and no mercy. This is the glitch you made me fix. Turns out, I'm better at it than you thought. We slipped out the side door into the alley rain. His umbrella forgotten. My heels, her heels, clicking like countdowns. He dragged me to his Bentley, tires screeching toward the lakefront estate where Mom's ghost still haunted the solarium. "How?" he demanded, white-knuckling the wheel. I fed him half-truths. experimental rehab, neural therapy for PTSD. Voss's cover story.
Airtight.
But the real juice? I had Eliza's phone, my phone now cloned to mine. Text to her lover. A SEC plant. Emails plotting Dad's ouster once she hit 40 under him. The tension coiled like a spring. Dad wasn't just powerful, he was a hydra. Tentacles in D.C. Lobbies. Russian oligarchs. Even that sketchy AI startup funneling crypto to dark pools. Cunning didn't cover it. The man was a chess grandmaster who'd sacrifice his queen, me, for checkmate.
But now,
In Eliza's skin, I was the bishop sliding diagonal. Unseen. First strike, leak the Peterson files. Not all at once, drip, drip, like Chinese water torture. Anonymized docs to ProPublica, painting Hale Capital as the Enron of the Midwest. Stocks dipped 3% overnight. Dad called an emergency board meeting. Me at his right hand, nodding sagely as he railed about saboteurs. Controversial decisions?
oh,
They piled up like cordwood. Sleepless nights in Eliza's king bed, staring at the ceiling fan whirring like accusations.
doy seduce hello.
The SEC mole. To flip him? Risky, gorgeous as this body was. I wasn't her. And one wrong moan could unravel it. Or plant evidence framing Dad for insider trading. Using Eliza's access to his Bloomberg terminal? That'd drag innocents down, janitors. Analysts. The whole ecosystem. America's capitalism runs on plausible deniability. Blow it up. And you're the terrorist, not the avenger. But the betrayal festered. Mom's letters haunted me. He chose her.
Autumn.
Blood of his blood. But not yours.
No.
Mine was the mistake he gambled away. Week 3. The heat turned infernal. Voss checked in via burner app. The shell's stable. Your old body's on life support in a Gary warehouse. But neural drifts kicking in. Headaches? Phantom itches.
Yeah.
I felt it, itches where my prison tats should have been. Echoes of cell block shouts in quiet boardrooms. Eliza's mind bled through. Flashes of her childhood. Pony rides in the Alps. Dad's whispers of, "You're the future." It humanized her. Damn it. Was she the villain? Or just another pawn? No, the text proved it. She'd known about the frame job. Even suggested it over champagne toasts. Autumn's expendable. Collateral for the win. Climax brewed at the annual Hale Gala. Black tie affair at the Art Institute. Monet's mocking the excess below. I wore Eliza's custom Versace. Crimson as fresh debt. Circulating with a flute of Veuve that tasted like bile. Dad cornered me by the Calder Mobile. Breath hot with bourbon. "You're not my girl," he growled. Fingers digging into my arm, her arm, like he could squeeze the truth out. I ran the prints. Subdermal implants don't lie.
Panic spiked.
Voss's tech wasn't foolproof. But I twisted free. Channeling Eliza's ice. Prince? That's so analog.
Dad.
Try the soul. Then I dropped the bomb, whispered the affair details from Mom's letters. The exact hotel room in 93 where he'd conceived his insurance policy. His empire cracked right there. Amid the string quartet swell. He staggered back, clutching his chest, dramatic, but real. The man's 68. Vices catching up. Guests swarmed.
Paramédic en route.
But not before I slipped him a USB drive disguised as a brooch pin. Watch it at home, I purred. Family movie night. Contents? Eliza's confession video, faked. Deepfake perfection via Voss's AI rig, admitting to the embezzlement. The frame. The works. Timed to auto-send to the DOJ if his vitals flatlined. Checkmate. But revenge is a serpent. It bites its own tail. As the ambulance wailed away, I retreated to the condo, popping Eliza's Xanax to dull the drift. That's when the twist hit, harder than the swap itself. A knock at the door. Voss. Disheveled. Rain-soaked. Eyes wild. It's unraveling.
Autumn.
The bridge reversed. She's waking up in you. Bullshit. I thought. But the mirror lied. My reflection. Her reflection flickered. Green shifting to my hazel for a split second. Neural feedback loop. He explained.
Panicking.
The swap wasn't one way. Mine's bleed back.
Identity emerge.
Worse. Dad had known. Not the swap, but the setup. He'd funded Voss's clinic years ago. A pet project for immortality hacks. Eliza wasn't the hidden daughter. I was. Mom's fling. Not his. The loyal one? A cuckoo in the nest. Raised to take the fall when the real heir. Wait.
No.
The drive Dad watched? It wasn't confession. It was truth serum footage from Eliza's therapy sessions with Voss. Turns out, she was the scapegoat too, framed by Dad to test loyalties. But she fought back, tipping the feds anonymously to save her skin.
Me?
The patsy. Because I looked enough like Mom to sell the family lie. The secret he'd hidden? Not Eliza's birth. But mine, a DNA test buried in '03. Proving I was the milkman's kid. She's not on our tab, he'd said that night. But it was me he meant. The reply that exposed it? My own DNA. Pulled from prison records. Mailed anonymously to the lounge weeks before. Everything inverted. Betrayal? Dad's masterpiece. Pitting daughters against each other in his Game of Thrones. The crime I suffered? His original sin. Laundering mob money through the fund, which Eliza and I both covered in our ways. Power? He wielded it like a god, swapping us to see who'd break first. The gala? Staged, paramedics his men, the USB a prop to force my hand. I confronted him in the ICU, monitors beeping like accusatory fingers. You played us both, I said, Eliza's voice cracking with my rage. He smiled, tubes snaking from his nose. Weak, but winning. Family's about survival.
Kid.
Blood or not. Controversial to the end. Did I pull the plug? Yank the four? Let karma flood the veins? Or walk away? Merge into this borrowed life? Let the drift consume us both? I chose the gray. Unplug the drive's failsafe. Watch the files shred. Voss got a one-way ticket to nowhere, Costa Rica, with gag orders etched in NDAs. Eliza's body? Mine now. Legally. Via forged docs. Dad recovered. Slower. Humbler.
Or so he pretends.
We run Hail Capital together, sisters in skin. If not spirit. But nights, when the city lights blur through rain, I feel her stirring. Is this justice? Or just another swap? Trading one cage for a gilded one? America loves its redemption arcs. But this one's got teeth. Hero or monster? You decide.
Me?
I'm still counting the cost. The drift didn't stop at whispers. It clawed in like Lake Michigan fog. Thick and unforgiving. Weeks after the gala, I'd catch myself mid-sentence in meetings. Eliza's boardroom banter twisting into my cell block slang. Pass the salt. Fish. Drawing stares from the VPs like I'd farted in church. Chicago's elite don't do authenticity unless it's branded. I doubled down on the role, Pilates at Equinox, brunches at the J. Parker with influencers peddling oat milk startups. Even a casual hookup with that SEC mole named Tyler. All chiseled jaw and ethical blind spots. Controversial? Sleeping with the enemy to flip him felt like peak American hypocrisy. Sex,
Lies.
and wiretaps. Baby. But it bought time. Intel on Dad's countermeasures. He was regrouping, no doubt. Victor Hale didn't build a $2 billion fund by folding at the first bluff. Whispers in the loop. Private jets to D.C. Lunches with that hawkish senator from Illinois pushing deregulation bills. I hacked Eliza's, my old emails. Found the threads. Voss wasn't his only dark pool. Dad had a network. Ex-spooks and ethicists for hire. Testing neural tech on volunteers from the underclass. Homeless vets. Undocumented dreamers, swapped into donor bodies for organ harvests. Minds wiped clean. The crime I'd taken the fall for? Tip of the iceberg. Hale capital laundered, not just money.
But Levs.
Eliza knew. Her text to Tyler a breadcrumb trail. V's pushing boundaries. If it leaks, we're ghosts. The hidden secret gnawed deeper. Mom's letters. I'd thought they were her ravings, pills, and paranoia. But cross-referenced with Voss's black book, pilfered during a therapy session. They mapped the affair, not Dad's. But Mom's with the firm's accountant, a schlub named Eddie who vanished after the '03 audit. DNA test? Fake. Planted to keep me loyal. The good daughter who'd eat the blame. Eliza? Legit heir. But groomed ruthless, sent abroad to dodge the dirt, only to return and enable it. Betrayal squared. Dad pitted us. But we both danced the dance. My mistake? Believing family meant fidelity in a country where loyalty's just another LLC. Decisions piled like unpaid invoices. Do I expose the swaps publicly? Front page glory in the Trib. But it'd torch innocence, those donors waking in wrong skins. Screaming for justice. Or go nuclear. Frame Dad with Voss's tech. Swap him into a junkie's husk. Let him taste the gutter? Dark. Yeah, edgy as a Tarantino monologue, but you am tense. The kind of move that'd spark water cooler wars. Is it revenge or sadism? America's obsessed with vigilantes. Batman gets a cape. But swap in a skirt. And you're the witch. I chose the scalpel. Tyler proved useful, bedroom pillow talk laced with bourbon truths. He flipped. Not for me or her curves. But for immunity. Fed him select files. Hale's mob ties. Dated back to the '80s outfit days. Funneled through neural research grants. Leaks hit Wired first sensational. Speculative. Wall Street's body brokers? Dad's stock cratered 12%. Board jumping ship like rats from the Titanic. I played the outraged exec in pressers. Eliza's poise masking my glee. Hale capital condemns any impropriety. Transparency is our North Star. Cut to commercial. Hypocrite much? But power's a drug. And Dad was the kingpin. He struck back subtle. Anonymous tips to my doorman. Shadows tailing my Uber to O'Hare. One night. Post-gala after-party at the aviary. Cocktails molecular and moods liquid. I slipped into the ladies, and there she was. Not Eliza's ghost. But a reflection glitch, my old face staring back. Hazel eyes accusatory under the vanity lights. Drift amplifying. I splashed water, cold as Lake Superior. But the voice echoed, not mine. Hers. Give it back. Thief. This isn't you. Panic clawed. Voss had warned of synesthesia. Senses crossing wires. Tastes of prison chowder in caviar. Echoes of iron bars in jazz horns. Race to his clinic. A nondescript walk-up in Pilsen. Murals mocking my flight. Voss was packing, go bags. Servers wiping. It's accelerating, he admitted. Scanner humming over my skull. Her neural maps overriding yours. Synaptic bleed. In a month, you'll be her or nothing. Solution? Booster shot. $500,000 in crypto to stabilize. But the catch. It'd anchor me deeper. Erode autumn's edges forever. Controversial calculus. Lose myself to win? Or unravel? Let the truth dissolve like sugar and rye? Dad called then. Voice tinny over the secure line. Eliza or whoever you are, truce? My office. Dawn. Trap?
Probably.
But the tension snapped taut. I went. Voss shadowing in a nondescript Prius. Hale Tower loomed. Glass monolith piercing the pre-dawn smog. A phallic fuck you to the Rust Belt ghosts below. Elevators whispered up. My reflection fracturing in polished steel. 2 women. 1 body. Dad waited in the boardroom. Dawn gilding the lake view. A spread of coffee and crawlers like we'd never burned the bridge. You're good, he said.
No preamble.
Sliding a dossier across the table. Photos, me.
Post-swap.
Grainy CCTV from the party snatch. But sloppy. Voss's van had plates for my fleet. Hydra strikes again. He knew the swap from the jump. Monitored via implants in Eliza's molars. DARPA leftovers. The frame job? Test run for bigger plays. Swapping execs into avatars for endless mergers. Minds eternal in silicon shells. Autumn, he said. Soft as sin. You were always the smart one. Join me. We rewrite the rules. Bodies optional. Twist's knife. He offered partnership. Not perdition. The secret reversed again. Eliza wasn't complicit. She'd been swapped before. Briefly. Into a rival's aid during a hostile takeover. Trauma bonded her to the tech. But guilt ate her. That's why the anonymous tip. Partial. To spare the firm.
Me?
The fall guy because I resembled Eddie too much. A walking reminder of Mom's indiscretion. Blood's negotiable, Dad shrugged. Power's not. Rage boiled. American style, raw. Unfiltered. The kind that births revolutions or road rage. I could take the deal. Merge into the machine. Become the daughter he always wanted. Or burn it down. Controversial to the core. Expose everything. Swap him publicly via live-streamed neural hack. Let the world watch a titan crinkle into irrelevance. Decisions. Decisions, each a fork in the vengeance road. Paved with good intentions and bad precedents. I pocketed the dossier. Smiled Eliza's smile. Dawn's breaking. Dad. Let's see who blinks. Voss waited in the lobby. Syringe ready. Booster or bomb. The city's pulse throbbed below. Indifferent. Eternal. Chicago doesn't care about your skin. It devours the weak. Crowns the cunning. And me? I was just getting started. Dawn bled into day. The loop awakening with its cacophony of ambition. Horns blaring. Street vendors hawking burnt coffee. Joggers pounding pavement like they could outrun the apocalypse. I ghosted out of Hale Tower. Voss's Prius idling like a getaway car from a heist flick. Booster, he asked. Syringe glinting in the glove box. My hand hovered. Anchor or abyss. The drift hummed. Eliza's laugh bubbling unbidden at a pedestrian's jaywalk fumble. Hit me, I said. Needle bit. Fire racing veins. Stabilizing the storm.
For now.
Dad's offer festered like untreated road rash. Partnership? In his world. That meant puppeteering, me as the face, him the strings. But the dossiers burned holes in my clutch, manifests of swapped souls. Barcoded like Amazon returns. Juanita Reyes, 28, Guatemalan cleaner swapped into a meatpacking drone for efficiency trials. Marcus Hale, no relation veteran. Mind shifted to a Wall Street drone body. Original husk harvested for parts. Toy AC stacked higher than the Willis Tower. Not just white collar. This was body horror. Frankenstein meets the free market. The mistake I gunned for? Ours collectively, enabling the beast by chasing the American dream's dark underbelly. Back at the condo, I deep-dived Tyler's feeds. He'd gone dark post-flip, but pings traced him to a safe house in Logan Square, craft IPAs and ironic mustaches, now hiding SEC docs that could nuke Hale. Met him in a dive bar off Milwaukee Avenue. Neon buzzing luck, oh, the Irish like false hope. Autumn, he blinked, nursing a malort that tasted like regret. Eliza's allure worked overtime. I leaned in, her perfume a weapon, spilling half-truths. It's me.
Sorta.
Need your play. He bought it. Or the chemistry. Handed over the kill file. Emails linking Dad to Black Site Labs in Nevada.
Funded via crypto shells.
Controversial crossroads. Leak it all? ProPublica.
Nit.
Viral TikToks of glitchy swaps. Public outrage. Congressional hearings. Dad in orange. But innocence? Those donors. Waking to lawsuits or lynch mobs. Identities stolen twice over. Or targeted strike. Swap Dad into one of his victims. Let him narrate the horror from the inside out. Ethics, eye for an eye. But whose? America's polarized enough. Drop this bomb. And it's red versus blue on souls. Pundits debating neural rights over Fox segments. I hedged. Partial leak. Timed for max chaos. Wire drop at midnight. Me ghostwriting as deep neural. Stocks plunged 20%. CNBC looping. Hale's House of Horrors. Dad retaliated swift. PR blitz. Me dragged into the fray as Eliza. The whistleblower daughter spinning damage control. Family first. I parroted on Bloomberg. Her poise cracking under studio lights. Internally,
Va.
he cornered me post-taping in the green room. Eyes like laser sights. You're slipping.
Girl.
The accent, too Chi-Town grit. He knew, or suspected, pressed a button on his watch. And Voss materialized, hired gun turned family fixer. Stabilize her, Dad ordered. Voss hesitated. Glancing my way, loyalty's a bitch. It's progressed.
Victor.
Full merge imminent. Dad's laugh barked.
Hollow.
Then merge her right. Autumn's fire. Eliza's finesse. Perfect hybrid for the new era. The secret's full inversion. No half-sisters.
No flinas.
Mom and Dad? Lab experiment themselves. Early neural tweaks for fertility. Birthing us as prototypes. Eliza and I. Twins in code. Separated at birth to test divergence. The frame? Dad's simulation. Pitting us to evolve the stronger heir. Betrayal? Cosmic. Shakespearean. Us as pawns in his god complex. Climax crested that night. Storm lashing the Gold Coast like divine wrath. Dad summoned us to the estate. Wicker Park Mansion. All prairie school bones and modern steel scars. Boss drove. Syringe in pocket. His face a mask of regret. I can reverse it, he murmured. But it'll kill one or both. Choice loomed. Sacrifice Eliza's shell to reclaim mine. or ride the merge. Become the amalgam avenger. Tension thickened. Rain sheeting windows as we pulled up. Dad waited in the library. Fire crackling. Decanters gleaming like temptations. Ladies, he toasted, to unity. It broke then, me lunging. Voss's trank dart missing by inches. Dad sidestepped. Calm as a cobra. Activating the room's failsafe. Neural dampeners. Humming low. Amplifying the drift. Eliza surged forward, her essence clawing for control. Stop him, she screamed in my head. Our voices dueling stereo. I fought back. Memories weaponized. Prison cold. Mom's grave. The swap's electric birth. Dad monologued. Villain supreme. You both failed the test. Too soft. Too vengeful. But together? Unstoppable. He lunged for the master switch, full upload to his servers. Minds digitized. Bodies discarded. Twist reversed the board. Voss double-crossed. Dart hitting true. Dad slumped. Eyes glazing. But the dampeners peaked. Merge hitting critical. We stumbled to the switch, yanking it free. Sparks flew. Systems crashing. The house plunging dark. In the blackout, identities collided. Autumn's grit fusing Eliza's grace. A phoenix of fractured selves. We crawled to the study safe, combo from Mom's letters, pulling the kill drive. All files. Uncorrupted. Auto-uploading to every major outlet. Hale's empire exposed.
Raw.
Epilogue's debatable gray. Dad?
Comatose.
Voss's dart lace with permanence, brain dead or uploaded ghost. We torched the clinic. Bodies swapped back in a final. Fatal jolt. Eliza in her shell. Me in mine. But echoes lingering. She took the fall for the leaks. Plea deal to 5 years. I vanished. New name. New coast, Portland. Maybe. Brewing IPAs with a side of therapy. Happy? Tragic? The merge left us wiser. Scarred sisters at last. In understanding if not blood. America debates it still. Forums rage. Justice or hubris? Podcasts dissect the Hale sisters' reckoning.
Me?
I sip black coffee by the Willamette, feeling her laugh in the wind. Vengeance? It's a swap you never fully escape. But damn if it doesn't feel like freedom.